Hey everyone, it's Kyle. I'm back at my house in America, and this is going to be a video for you all to go back over the joints, the muscles, and the stretches that we did all together a few weeks ago. So, going back over the joints, the word joint relates to here, anywhere in your body that helps you move around. So, your elbow joint lets you move your arm like this. Your shoulder joint lets you move your arm around, back, and up like this. That's your shoulder. And then you have your knee, which lets you kick like a football. Or you have your hip, which lets you rotate your leg like so. So those are the main joints that we went over, if you remember that. And yeah, so we're going to go back over some of the stretches that we did together and kind of help you get your morning routine going. So last time we were together, we talked about how stretching your muscles and your joints is important as you get older. Because as you start to age, your joints will start to wear down a little bit and it'll hurt whenever you start to move. But if you keep stretching in the mornings or at night as you keep growing, you'll keep your joints healthy and won't be injured as much as you grow. Along with that, remember Sydney talked about the My Plate of how eating correctly of enough fruits, vegetables, grains, and especially proteins, which is like your chicken, your fish, and your beans, which helps you grow your muscles stronger. And those are just as important to help you fend off diseases like heart disease and things like that as you grow. Alright, so this is going to be a morning stretch routine you can do every morning after you wake up, just to kind of help you get ready for the day. So starting off, we're going to start with our shoulder and our elbow joints. So the first thing we're going to do together is take your hands and go like this behind your back, like so. And you push your arms down. You can feel your shoulders go back like that. You can feel it right here as you go. So you push down for about 5 to 10 seconds or however long you'd like until you get the good stretch going. If you really want to go all the way, you can stretch forward and go like that. Alright, so that's the first one. So the next one we're going to do was also for our shoulders and for our tricep muscle. This is one where you take your arm, go straight, bring it across your body like this, and take your other arm, wrap it, and pull. You can feel it right around here in your shoulder. So we're going to do that for 10 seconds on each side, just to make sure we're stretching both sides equally. And again, you want to stretch enough to where you're not hurting your arm, but you're doing it enough to where you can still feel the stretch and you're pulling out the muscles and the bones together. And there we go. Okay, so those are the first two stretches that we're going to do standing up, and next we're going to move closer to the ground. Okay, so next we're going to work on some of the joints in our lower body, starting with our hip and our knee joint. So what we're going to do first is get in a position like this to where you have one knee on the ground, kind of what's called a lunge position. So you're going to go like this, and I like to put my hands kind of on my hips like this, and one hand on my leg, and lean forward into your leg and kind of feel it in your hips right there. And we'll do this one for about 5 seconds or 10 seconds, however long you need to do it. And you should feel it kind of in the top or in the side of your leg. There we go. Okay, we'll switch legs for 10 seconds. There we go. Again, you'll feel it like right around this area. And there we go. Okay, welcome to the floor, everyone. And the next one is going to be one of my favorite stretches called the butterfly. So what we do for this one is we put our feet together in a seating position and bring them as close to yourself as you can. So pull them in. I'll go to the side here so you can see. Like so, bring them in, and then try and put your legs down as far as you can, like so. And if you can't go any farther, put your head down towards it. You'll feel it in the middle parts here of your hamstring. So we'll go down. Ooh. This one you can do for a long time. I've done this one up to minutes at a time before. So we'll do this one for about 15 seconds together. Make sure we're stretching out our legs real nice to keep us loose for the day. And there we go. Okay, so that's the one for there. And for the last stretch we're going to do for the morning, it's called the Hollywood. So we did this one together as well. This is for our back and for our shoulder. So how we do this is you put one leg out in front of you, like so. Put your other leg across it, and you're going to turn in the direction of this leg. So since I put this leg over, I'm going to go the opposite way. Just like this. And you'll feel it kind of in your back on this side. We'll do this one for 10 seconds on each side, and then we'll be done for the morning. Okay, and switch sides. So put your leg out and twist the other way. There we go. Again, this one's called the Hollywood. I like this one a lot too. And there we go. Okay, so that's going to be all the stretches that we're going to do for the morning routine. This would be a good way to just kind of loosen yourself up for the day. A good way to do it either as soon as you wake up or go to bed. Just a good way to keep yourself loose and keep your joints healthy. Okay, we're going to stand back up, and now that we're all warmed up with our stretches, we're going to do some of the workouts that we practiced together. The first one being the squat. Now, for this one, you keep your legs shoulder width apart, kind of lined up like this, and you want to have your feet facing right in front of you, so straight forward. And what you're going to do is pretend that you're sitting down in a chair, like in the air. So I'm going to go this way so you guys can see. So I'm going to shoulder width apart, feet are straight, and like I'm sitting down in a chair, like that. And you come back up, and you'll feel it in your hamstrings and in your back as well. Now it's important whenever you squat to keep your back as straight as possible. So when I go down, like this, you can see my back is in a straight line. What you don't want to do is whenever you go down, be like this. You don't want to go like this, because if that happens, you'll end up hurting your back eventually. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your back straight. You go down together, hold at the bottom, and then come back up. I like to have my hands out in front of me when I do it. Okay, so let's try to do 15 of those together. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure your back is straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2 more, 14, and 15. All right. Good stuff. After a while, you'll start to feel the burn in that one. Okay, for our second one, we're going to do the shoulder rotations that we did together, if you remember this one. So for this one, you stick out your arms straight out in front of you, and what you'll do, you'll slowly rotate your arms forward in a straight line, kind of like so. And over time, you start in small circles, and you slowly start to get bigger. And the slower you go, the more you'll feel it all in your shoulder right there. So I keep going bigger and bigger until I'm doing full circles like this. Whew. See, after a while, you really start to burn. And when you can't do any more, we'll stop, take a little breather for a second, and then we'll put our arms back out to the side and go the opposite way. So opposite direction circles. Again, start small, nice and controlled. And you slowly start to get bigger. There we go. So we're doing full revolutions around your arm. All right, good stuff. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do together is a classic. It's the push-up. So I know some of you already know how to do this, but we're going to go over the correct form again. So whenever you do a push-up, you want to put your arms about as far as your shoulders are apart. So like this, but on the ground. So I line up like so, and you kind of put your plank out like this, and you want to make sure your body is as straight as possible. And then when you go down, you want to keep your shoulders close to your body, like this. So you go down, elbows are in, and then back up. What you don't want to do, you don't want to have your elbows all the way out here, because you'll feel it in your wrist and in your shoulder. It hurts a little bit. So you want to keep your shoulders tucked near your body as you go down to the ground and back up. All right, let's try and do 10 of these together. You ready? All right, let's do this. Here we go. Ready? And down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the elbows tucked. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. All right, there we go. All right, to finish our workout for today, what we're gonna do is go over some of the cardio workouts that Sydney taught us. So a cardio workout, cardio means your heart. So that's what's gonna get your heart pumping really fast when you're moving a lot. So a lot of times that can involve running. So the first one we're gonna do is called the jumping jack, if you remember this one. So I'm standing back so you can see me. So this is where you start out just standard stance like this, like regular standing, and you jump out, and you go your hands up and your feet out and back down. So you can do it with a step like that, or the way I like to do it is you jump out like this and then come back down. And as you do a little more, you start to feel your full body start to pump. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do 15 of these together. All right, ready? All right, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, good stuff. As you do that faster, you can start to feel your heart pumping a little more. So the second one we're gonna do, if you remember this one, was called the high knees. So this is where, again, start in a standard stance, and you'll take your knee joint and raise it as high as you can go. So about to like right here or here, however high you can raise it. It'll go like this, bring it back down, and then raise the other foot like that. It'll go back, up, up, and up. I like to have a little twist with it whenever I go. So you can do it like that and kind of go slow, nice and controlled, or you can do a little jump into it like this and go faster with it and get your heart pumping a little more. So all right, let's try and do this for 10 seconds together. All right, let's do this. I know it's been hard. Let's finish. All right, here we go. Ready? And go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good job, guys. Okay, now that we've finished our workout for today, what we're gonna do is stretch our muscles back out. And this is equally as important as stretching beforehand. Stretching afterward makes sure that you're not sore in the morning, so you're not hurting as much, and so you can get back to it the next day. So what we're gonna do first is, for our arms after doing those push-ups, we're gonna take our wrist and straighten this arm, take our wrist and pull it down like this. And you'll feel it right along here as you go. So we'll stretch this out for a second. Just kind of feel all the muscles pull out. Then we'll switch hands. There we go. And then what we'll do, we'll switch which side our wrist points and we'll pull the other way as well. So we went like this before, now go like this. And you'll feel it on this side of the arm for this one. This part's more sore for me, so I'm going to do this one for a little longer. Here. There we go. And switch. And all right. All right, for our next stretch, we're going to work stretch our legs after doing all of those squats. So what we're going to do for this one is you might want to hold on to something while you're doing this to keep your balance. But you take your leg into your hand like this and you pull back. And when you do that, you'll start to stretch it out right here. You'll feel it as you go. So we're going to do this for a little bit. I like to, if you can't hold on to something, either put your arm out, or I like to hold my ear. Sometimes that helps me balance a little bit. There we go. And then we'll switch legs. All right, there we go. Careful with this one. And there we go. Okay, we're back on the ground again for this one. This one's gonna be for our hamstrings. So we'll stand up a little bit, and what we're gonna do is put one leg over the other, like this, and you reach down as far as you can touch. Some people can touch their toes or even the floor. I almost can, but not as much. And just stretch it as far as you can go without hurting yourself. Remember, you'll feel tight back here. You want to go to where you're stretching it out, but you're not hurting yourself too much. So we go there, and then you switch legs, put the other one over, and go down just as far as you can go. And hold that for about 10 seconds so you're fully stretched out. There we go. Okay, for our last stretch, we're going to work on our calves. And how you do this one, you'll start in the push-up position again. So we'll go like this, and get shoulder width apart again. And you'll put one leg back, like so, and wrap your other leg around it. And what you'll do, you'll lean back on this first leg, on your toes, and keep it straight. And you'll feel it in the back of your leg, called your calf muscle. As you lean back, you'll feel it right in this area. So we'll switch legs, push down on it, so you really feel that stretch. All right, there we go. We're all stretched out for the day. All right, so in this video, we went back over the joints and what they do for you. So we went over the elbow, the shoulder, and the knee, and the hip, the four most important joints in your body. And then we went over some of the stretches to work those out, as well as some of the exercises to help build our muscles. Reminder that whenever you're doing these stretches, to do them at least once a day if you can. It's a good way to just keep your body healthy as you get older, as well as when you're young. It helps you stay flexible and help you do the things that you love to do, whether it be crafts, keeping your hands flexible and your arms flexible for moving that stuff around, for everyday tasks like picking up trays or chairs, or if you're playing football, any of those things. So doing them daily, if you need to watch this video to refresh you, do it as many times as you like. And then we also make sure while you're doing these stretches that you're eating correctly. So that will be eating enough protein like fish, chicken, beef, beans, peanuts, stuff like that to keep your muscles replenished, as well as doing plenty of water and fruits and vegetables to keep your body healthy. Alright, I know we went over a lot in this video today, but always make sure that you're giving yourself time to relax. Because you don't want to be working out too much, because then your muscles will be too sore to do anything else. So make sure after you work out, you're giving your body time to recover and relax and to rebuild yourself. Alright everyone, that's all I have for you today. You guys are awesome. Take care, guys.